On to our top story, Nagpur City Police has come up with an unusual solution to get beggars off the streets ahead of the G20 summit in the city on March 19 and 20. Now, the state police chief has issued a notification under Section 144 prohibiting any begging activity at traffic signals or public places. Violations will attract imprisonment of up to 6 months along with fine. Now, the order will stay in effect until April 30 unless withdrawn earlier. Now, beggars on those of the street will be shifted to government shelters and beggar homes, and those willing to return to their native will also be aided. And going straight across to my colleague Shweta, who is joining us live on the broadcast for more on this. Shweta, what more details do we have about this move by the Nagpur police? All right, we seem to have lost that line with my colleague Shweta, but of course what we were talking about was that the Nagpur City Police has come up with a unusual solution to get beggars off the streets ahead of the G20 summit in the city on March 19 and 20. Now, the state police chief has issued a notification prohibiting any begging activity at traffic signals or public places. It has also said that violations will attract imprisonment of up to 6 months along with fine. Now, this order will stay in effect until April 30 unless withdrawn earlier. Now, beggars and those on the streets will be shifted to government shelters and beggar homes, and those who are willing to return to their native homes will be also aided. All right, my colleague Shweta is back with us on the broadcast. Shweta, over to you.
Well, absolutely. This comes an important development, and as far as this action is considered, this is one of its kind of action what Nagpur police has taken. Firstly, let's talk about what is this action. Under CRPC section 144, they have announced that not more than 4 people can gather together. The group of beggars are being prohibited to beg around the city, and this has been taken ahead of G20 summit. Now, remember, the initial inception conference is going to be held at Nagpur on 19th and 20th of March. But before that, what we have learned is also that till that time, at least no beggars would be seen begging around the city, and this will be in effect from today. That's on March 9th onwards till 30th April. Now, while we speak about this, the city chief Amitesh Kumar also stressed on the point that this is not only for a G20 summit, but also for the fact that they got slew of complaints from vehicle users and also from pedestrians that they hamper the kind of flow of traffic as well. And this has been an important decision what has been taken in the city of Nagpur. With this, it will be also important to note that the people, those who are violating this rule, will be attracting at least 1 month to 6 months of imprisonment and fine. This was quite considered. What we understand at this time, that in Nagpur there will be no begging. So entirely, let's say 100% prohibition on begging is what been made mandatory via the CRPC 144 circulation, what the Nagpur City Police has done.
Shweta, if you could also please tell us till what point in time is this in effect? So far, we do know that the order will stay in effect until April 30. If you could confirm that for us.
Oh, well, that's absolutely correct. In fact, the circular was out on 8th of March, but it will be in effect from 9th of March. I beg your pardon. This is the date today. And from 9th of March, this will be taken until 30th of April. So, yes, we can say at least more than a month where we are understanding that this circulation has been passed and complete prohibition on begging has been put across the Nagpur city. With this, the obvious question arises, what about the beggars and their livelihood? They will be sent back to their native places, and the financial aid would also be provided by the city.
Right. Shweta, many thanks for joining us with all those details. All right, there an unusual move there by the Nagpur City Police. So they have in fact come up with the solution to get beggars off the streets ahead of the G20 summit in the city on March 19 and 20. And the state police. All right, I am being joined by Clyde Crasto of the NCP on the broadcast. Many thanks, sir, for joining us here on Mirror Now. Sir, what are your views on this move by the Nagpur police?
Hello, can you repeat the question, please?
Right, so what are your views on this move by the Nagpur City Police? The Nagpur City Police has in fact come up with a solution to get beggars off the street ahead of the G20 summit in the city on March 19 to 20. What are your views on this move?
So you have to look say that the whole city has been decked up just to show that this is how everything is. If you it's back in Mumbai, old.
All right. In fact, that was Clyde Crasto of the NCP, and we seem to have lost that line with him. But of course, we were talking about the Nagpur City Police banning begging, and this move just ahead of the G20 meet in the city. This, in fact, beggars are going to be fined and imprisoned, and begging has been banned in Nagpur till April 30. Government shelters are going to be set up for beggars. So an unusual solution to get beggars off the street, and this move is being made just ahead of the G20 summit in the city, which is slated for March 19 and March 20. So the Nagpur City Police has banned begging in the city, and beggars are going to be fined and imprisoned, and begging has been banned till April 30. All right, Clyde Crasto is back with us on the broadcast. Sir, if you could please tell us once again your views on this particular move by the Nagpur police. The Nagpur police has banned begging in the street, and this move is coming just ahead of the G20 meet on March 19 and 20.
It's very strange that, whenever there is a G20 meet held in any city in our country, they spruce up that city. They try to hide the reality behind what is going on in the city. I recall a few days back when the G20 was held in Mumbai, they had put sheetings and covered all the slum areas, dilapidated buildings. They had, painted the walls. The fact of the matter is, why can't they do it all the time? Why do they have to only hide it when the G20 meet is held? I was in Goa a few days back. The Goa government is sprucing up Panjim city because G20 is being held. So if they want to do it, they should do it all the time. Why are they doing only to hide it from foreign dignitaries? I mean, the infrastructure, the advancement of the city and the country should be done on a regular basis. So if a move by, are they trying to say that, begging won't be allowed now, but once the G20 meet is over, begging will be allowed? These kind of things are only trying to create a false image of the country in front of the people. The truth is that the government is not able to sustain, the government is not able to do good work. Therefore, they are trying to hide this thing from the foreign dignitaries.
Right, sir. So many thanks for joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing your views. All right, there the Nagpur City Police has in fact banned begging on the streets, and beggars are going to be fined and imprisoned, and begging has been banned in Nagpur till April 30. And in fact, remember, this move is just coming ahead of the G20 summit in the city on March 19 and 20.